Hello and welcome back to some 10x 4v4. Today we have a pretty special game, since it's a game where I actually learned about a new mechanic that is only possible in 10x mods because of the shared aspect. So I won't spoil it. I did make a video about it though, I believe last month. So if you haven't seen that, we'll see in this game the mechanic in action. It was pretty surprising. Anyhow, let's get started and check what's our team composition looking like. Because at the top, on the north side, the red team, we have a pretty good cavalry base civ. The Uns, I believe they are already attacking, right? So yeah, Uns providing free horse archer. Georgian, when they'll be in M, providing an infinite amount with their unique tech. It's not something you see often, but Cavalry Civ love the Georgian when they have free unit to be able to spam a couple thousand unit. And like, they are already charging in, blocked by the mule card though. Here you go. So already making use of their early aggression. Of course, Mongol providing them with the extra attack speed, so reload time, 0.58. So that's pretty insane right there. We can just follow them as they go along. Aside from that, on that team, I guess they also have regen, small amount of regen from the Georgian, which is nice. And the Khmer don't really have any synergy, although they do have drills from the Mongol. So longer range Scorpion, drill from the Mongol, and their economy is nothing insane, but the Mongol do provide some good amount of food boost in the early game, which is probably why they are ahead in age right here, as they are slowly going into the other team. So as you can see, it's gonna be a pretty defensive game from the other team, as they're starting to build castle. They do have Inca, so bottom team, they have Inca, they have free siege from the Slav. So here they need to try to defend as best they can as they are being pressured. I believe the Inca hasn't gotten his blacksmith tech yet, do they? No. So the Inca do provide a good amount of resilience for those villagers with the armor and blacksmith upgrade, but he hasn't gotten them yet. So when they do that, that's gonna be, those villagers will be a lot harder to kill, as steel sadly is the main target, so that's gonna be a bit harder for him. Does he have a siege workshop? He does have one, but those Scorpion won't be able to mass them. What about Gray? So Gray has a defensive line, looking a bit better. He does need to research his tech. Does he have a blacksmith? He does, but still no tech in sight. He should get them eventually. So Yellow as well, creating a defensive line. They have Byzantine as Yellow, which is a really good late game civ. Those Cataphract are pretty insane, but you do need to be able to mass them, and the issue is that they cost a lot. But they have Inca, so that is no food cost for those Cataphract. So we could be looking for something like that. But the issue now is that he's using most of his Vil to build defensive structure, so that's not much of an economy going for now. And finally, what we haven't talked about, the Khitans. Khitans is a civ I actually really like. They can be good for rush because their blacksmith tech do give extra damage, as they are going to be pushing here. So let's go back. So Khitan's pretty good for the early game, and also they're a really good support civ, because both their unique tech give some nice support for either infantry or cavalry civ, with reflect for infantry and regen for cavalry civ. So they can be pretty good. All right. So they are pretty defended here for now. Red is pushing. Is he the only one pushing? That's a lot of production here. I assume the rest of his team will come in eventually. Red definitely didn't eliminate Teal, but Teal had to at least go back a bit, as he's now trying to push further. Red could have tried to attack from another angle, maybe break the wall here and go over here. It's not too hard to break a wall with Mongol Uns, although those walls and every building are Byzantine. So they do have a lot more HP. Same with the castle, 12.2k HP. That is a lot of HP to go through from the castle. That is Byzantine pretty good defensively when they can get some castle and walls going. As he's trying to find damage. I mean, he could literally just fight under those castle. Killing them though, they are Byzantine castle. They will take a while to die. Did he finally get his black mech deck? Let's check. No, he still hasn't. Oh, his teammates are probably screaming at him. Right, what about... Oh, purple now showing some interest in the attack. And the green is aging up. So Khmer... Khmer aside the elephant push, that can be interesting. They usually are a Scorpion Civ. So he's probably going for double crossbow, which with drills, with the Mongol, will be extremely strong. As blue is noticing that he should have built some castle here. And red is... If red focuses the wall, he should be able to get in eventually, will he? No, he's shooting the castle for now. As yellow keep building. Yep, those are brave villager right here. What about the back? Nope. He could literally just go in and try to snipe those villager. What is the amount of vil we have? 34. Oh, 7 for teal. Where are they? Just gathering wood over here. Yeah, some relic. 44, 48. It's not looking too great. Red is really focusing on his attack, though. He doesn't have a big economy at all. But so far, so good. It is working. But they will need to transition into something eventually. Is a double crossbow. Double crossbow is coming. Heavy crossbow. And the Huns are getting their Tarkin, which is a great unit. Overall, probably one of the best cavalry unique unit. At least, let's go with top 3. I do enjoy some Tarkin action as they are aging up. Heavy plow, elite Lidao. Lidao is an interesting unit as well. They suffer from being slow as they are finally getting in there. And blue will have some issue. He doesn't have any castle in the back, only in the front. Oh, that will do a lot of damage here. The elite Lidao are not tanky enough that they'll be able to actually do anything here. As you can see, they'll just die whenever they get targeted. Sadly. Something interesting though, Slav, yeah, if he managed to get back into the game, he has his TC here at least. If he managed to get back into the game, he can give Druzhna to every infantry, and that goes really well with the Lidao. But that is for really far in the future, as Teal is pretty much out of the game for a while now. What about... Yeah, blue will be losing all his villager. Well, not all, but yeah, he's down here. Byzantine's probably trying to get his eco together to manage to get some Cataphract going. I don't know if he has elite Cataphract yet, but that is hopefully something he'll be able to get soon. Those TC have a decent amount of HP. Alright, there is a defensive line here. Should prevent the CA. Same on the other side. The middle is a bit compromised here, but if they push some castle, they're slowly pushing some castle. They get a defensive line going. But where are those Scorpion? Ah, there they are. So those Scorpion, double crossbow, extra range, that they are very dangerous. But the Cataphract, that's what I want to see. As he's getting conscription. A conscription need to build unit though. As they're now starting to attack. So that's a one big advantage of Byzantine. That tech I should say the Civ bonus, it's not really, you know, that flashy. It's just extra HP on building. Like, I believe 400%, is it? In Imperial Age? Something like that. It's usually you don't really need it, or it doesn't, like, come up, but, like, when you're under pressure like that, it is great. Oh, Logistica finally coming in. Finally, as they're getting heavy cav archer, drill is coming in, so those Scorpion will be extremely dangerous soon. But those Byzantine castle, they are worth like 3 or 4 castle by themselves, so they'll be able to hold for a bit. What they need to do is to have some kind of siege now, so getting some rams going. Oh no, the Tarkin will be perfect. True. So those Tarkin will be able to do a lot of damage to those, as they're amassing more and more Scorpion. Now we're having some hope. There you go, that castle will fall. There's a lot more castle though. Scorpion are still very fragile. I wouldn't bring them this close. Getting a bit bold. Oh, finally, some Cataphract. They have 15. Oh, he's gonna go clear the back ear first, as he's probably massing. Scorpion just coming in. Some tower. Those tower are cheap because of Inca as well, but I don't think they have really, you know, they don't really have tower or civ anyway. So castle should be what you build. Alright, those Tarkin. Oh, is it? Oh, there you go. The mechanic I finally wanted to talk about. Look at how they regen. It is crazy. So, what is this? Oh, as you can see, crazy unit right here. So that's the special mechanic. It can get burst down though. We'll see more of it soon. So I'm pretty excited about that. It was the first time we saw that. As they have siege ram. Perfect. Is the back clear? Everything in the back is cleared. You should build those castles just to be safe, as yellow is now getting pushed. But he has a massive Cataphract, and what you saw over a moment ago with the regen is a special mechanic that is only possible in 10x because of the Ketans and splash damage. And how it works is that Ordo Cavalry, every time you attack a unit, you regen depending on like how fast you attack it. I believe it's like 1.5 thousand in 10x anyway. But the thing is, with Splash, it counts as you hitting more than one unit. So as you can see, you see those yellow bars? When they get the hit in, it is as if they hit 5, 10, 15 units in all their radius. So unless you get bursted down or you're not attacking a unit, you will regen all your HP. At least if you're hitting a massive enemy. But as you can see there, they just wiped out everything. They took a bunch of damage. They had some losses. But now, as if they just need to continue hitting. And they'll regen all their HP. It is a pretty insane synergy. It was the first time I saw that. I knew it existed before because I've seen it with, I believe it was the White Feather Guard. With Georgian, it actually allows for a mass slow, because all those units in the radius of the splash will get a slow. So it is pretty interesting with White Feather Guard, but it is way more impressive with Cataphract. Because as you can see, this guy right here is getting attacked by everything, and he's just regening all of his HP. Can we see his regen? We just need to find one, I believe. Capture Rage does track it. But like, if they kite it, that's a good idea. You kite them, and then you try to snipe them as they move. But insane synergy with the Kitans and the Byzantine right here. So can we... I just want to see it at some point. Alright, 7,000 regen. It can go way higher than that. 9,000, 30,000, 15,000. So, depending on the amount of a unit around you that you splash. Here, the splash being Logistica from the Byzantine. And in 10x, of course, it is a 5-yard blast radius. So here, they'll hit. So some of you might think, oh, you can just hit a building and that's infinite regen. But Ordo Cavalry does not work on building or siege weapon. So, as you can see, they are regenning every time they hit pretty much one of those cavalry archer or Tarkin. So will that guy regen? There you go. So you see, oh, 700,000 peak that he reached there. So that's an insane regen. And they can just keep pushing. And even though those Cataphract are expensive, they'll just get insane value from just one of them. So how do you fight that? Really long range. So they should switch to only Scorpion, really. So switch to Scorpion, snipe them, and that's pretty much it. Like, don't send those CA in, because those CA, look at that, look at those bars. They'll just regen instantly as you hit them. So get a massive Scorpion, because I don't think they can regen from Siege Weapon. I could be wrong about that. Maybe we'll see some hit on Siege Weapon, but I think Siege Weapon don't work. So what they need to do is pretty much to just switch to extremely long range Khmer Scorpion. And this is just a crazy mechanic, crazy regen. Very fun to play with. It was a pretty fun game there, unexpected. You see, they're being kited there. That is exactly what you need to do. Eventually that guy will die. It is very annoying to do though, very micro-intensive. But they really need to stop trickling in those Cav Archer. But that's not something you think about, right? At that point, you're just like, oh, I'm making CA, then I'll get more CA, I'll do more damage. But they just need one hit to recover all their HP. Is there some unit in there? Yep, and that guy just in the bag, being a hero, and you'll only die when they stop trickling him in. Or when there's no target, I guess. Yep, there you go, nice. He's following someone. Oh, and then he regen. This is crazy. Alright, what about here? Yep, same thing is happening. And that's pretty much that's the story of this game, just needing to deal with those Cataphract, and I believe his teammate will probably show up eventually. As that unit is just single-handedly, as you can see the regen right here. Did it reach a million? Maybe I saw wrong. It is a lot of regen. 200k. And here he goes. Oh, okay, that's a funny run right here. As you can see, they have Georgian and they are on the hill. So those units are only taking 1 damage per hit. So the regen is actually... The regen of the Georgian is actually out-healing the damage of the Cataphract. But the Cataphract is also healing at a rate that is impossible for him to be killed. That's pretty funny right here. So impossible to kill the one on the hill, impossible to kill the Cataphract. They're just in a stalemate. That's pretty good. Oh, but his ally or his friend might come in and clear this for him. They just need to get on the hill. Will they? No, they are still under the hill, but they send off DPS now that they can go down. That was funny. So a Georgian hill bonus is actually extremely powerful in the right circumstances. But it's hard to make use of it when everything is so chaotic like that. But placing your Scorpion on the hill, for example, would be pretty good. Like this hill right here, over there, and maybe massing them and then slowly pushing. That could be something, but it's something hard to think in the heat of the moment. But they are creating a sort of a front line right here. They're managing to hold a bit as more and more Scorpion shows up. Okay, but now it was pretty much yellow against the world. The Byzantine just fighting everything. And he bought enough time for his ally to do something. Look at the Teal, is almost 100 villager. He's back in the game, he's trading a bit. And he has those free siege rams, so why not? As some Alberdier are showing up. I'm not sure why Alberdier, they're not that strong. Do they have Druzhna yet? I don't think they... Oh, they do. So they got Druzhna, so that's nice. And they do have Reflect as well, but Reflect is not that strong against this because they only have pretty much range unit, so Reflect don't work on that. So now they're getting pushed back a little more. Having to fight back. And that's pretty much this game right here. Let's speed it up just a teeny bit. And we'll see how it goes. That's not a bad idea. The siege ram right here. Tank some shot and maybe get some Druzhna hit once you reach the mass. Although, Scorpion are pretty good at dealing with those. We'll see. What about the shutdown? Yeah, they're pretty good. They're always trying to micro a bit. There's a thing. I mean, just that is giving chance to other unit to just get some hit in. It's pretty good idea. Oh, they're stopping just for that. Sure. So, pretty good. They're still not managing to break them quite yet. As they're just confused, not sure what to do. Okay, pushing castle, great idea. Oh, seconds time to charm. That's almost 10,000 HP worth of siege ram right here. Keep sending in some Cataphract. Yellow should just stop trickling as well. Just mass is Cataphract. And maybe send them just behind this. That'd be perfect. Oh, as you see the same thing happening. They are on the hill, so they're not dying. And the regen is coming in. Oh, will it die? There you go. Still the same thing here. So, pretty good. Siege ram right here. What about blue? Blue is pushing his castle. Great idea. We went over this. Byzantine castle, extremely hard to kill. They are free with Inca. Might as well do it. Some Tarkan. Oh, I think they see right. You see the negative regeneration there on that Tarkan? The lead out hit them. And with Druzhna, it is also a good interaction because it spreads the blade to every target hit. There is a lot of Scorpion here. That is a decent amount of Scorpion, but those castle will be able to hold a decent amount. That's very good. Oh, do they have... Who's that? Oh, that's Teal's. That's not a bad idea from Teal to get the cannon galleon. If they could get it on the side as well to snipe. The Scorpion have better range. But it's not a terrible idea. They really need to get only Scorpion, I think. But even then, those siege ram are kind of annoying. But if the Cataphract go in, look at this guy. Oh, he did manage to regen in time. This is now truly a 10x game. Stuck in the middle, in somewhat of a stalemate. Each side trying to come up with the idea to break each other. As the game is lagging a little from this many projectiles. Honestly, I thought it'd be over faster than that. But the Byzantine were not enough. They just need to mass them a little. I think be fine. Oh, finally, you got this Kamiok. So, Kamiok, actually good unit against this comp. They get their unique tech, which give them 20 pierce armor, that's gonna be perfect. I believe none of those units do above 20 damage. Yeah, none of those. So some Cameo, some Siege Ram, and then Cataphract behind that should be able to seal the deal. And the Cameo can also reflect the Tarkin damage if they ever make more Tarkin. That's a lot of unit right there. The side has been a bit broken, but they'll kill those units in time. Oh, the Cameo coming. Perfect. Alright. Yellow only has 19, 20-ish Cataphract. You really need to mass them. But you see, Cameo, they don't regen, but they just have a lot of armor, so they'll be pretty good here. You just need to mass those. How long is this game? It's always an hour, 6 minutes. Damn. I forgot that it was this long. But Khmer is very good at defending. Double crossbow, heavy scorpion is a classic in 10x. If you've played any amount of 10x, eventually you will have faced a scorpion sieve that is just unbelievably strong and annoying to go through. Oh no, okay, I believe we did see the regen on those siege weapon there. Not sure if it's intended, or maybe it was a regen from hitting some cav that were in between. I'll have to look into that. But those castle, great idea from Blue here. Blue doesn't really have a lot of units that are powerful. They are strong if they can get in there. But pushing castle like that, that is something very useful. As finally they are getting pushed back. Oh, they started leaving. Like, saw the writing on the wall, or probably the game went a bit too long for them. I didn't know when they left though, probably not too long ago. But that game has been going on for a decent amount of time, yeah. So let's see. 6,100 almost heavy cav archer were made that game. A lot of Scorpion. I think they might have had a chance if they only have Scorpion against a Cataphract. A lot of Alberdair, Cataphract, of course, and Siege Ram. So that's it for the game. Very fun. Lasted a long time though. But that was a special interaction between splash damage and special ability. I had a video about that. I guess I can link at the end. That was very fun to find out about this. Anyway. Thank you for watching, and have a good one.